Hi folks, Greeno here, out in the dark again. It's a chilly evening, that's for sure. So, where am I? Well, maybe this might give you a clue. Where are you? Let's be having you. Anyone remember that? That was Delia Smith on the pitch at Carrow Road, encouraging, shall we say, the Norwich City faithful. Now, Delia Smith, obviously a big association with Norwich City Football Club. Very, very famous TV chef here in the UK. She has a restaurant here in the stadium at Carrow Road in Norwich, and that's where I've come tonight. Now, the reason for me coming at night, they're only open 2 evenings a week, most of the year anyway. I'm filming in January. They're currently only open 1 evening a week. So I've had to come up here on a Saturday evening to try it out. Now, I'm expecting some kind of 70s classics. That's kind of Delia's heyday, 70s and 80s British telly. Let's get inside and find out what it's all about, shall we? Because I'm freezing and I'm hungry. Come on, folks. Right then folks, I've come in and I have been seated, and I've got to say, it looks really nice in here. I've got myself some sparkling water today, rather than the usual tap water. I just fancied a bit of a change, and it's actually been put into a nice little bucket. I've got a great big bottle of it here, and it's been put into like a little ice bucket, so that's going to keep it nice and cool for me. So, looking here at the menu, it's a set menu type deal here. You get 3 courses for £49.95. That includes your starter, your main course, dessert, and a coffee afterwards. Nice looking menu, quite tight. They've got 5 different starters on here. No, 4 different starters, my mistake. 4 different starters on here. Onion soup, egg mayonnaise, moule mariniere, and a cheese souffle. Like I was saying, you kind of got that sort of 70s, 80s vibe about some of that on the menu there, haven't you? The mains, we've got a roast duck with a bigarade sauce. It contains Seville oranges and port. That sounds really nice. That's with a bit of a supplement though. There's a steak, again with a supplement. Venison sausages, smoked haddock, and a spinach and ricotta tortellini. So I think I might splash out a little bit actually and have that crisp roast duck with a bigarade sauce. That sounds really interesting. It comes with potatoes, chive butter, braised peas with lettuce and spring onions. Kind of classic French cookery there, hopefully. Now, there's not going to be any wine or beer or anything tonight. I'm driving after this. So I'm going to stick to the sparkling water. What is quite interesting, I've brought over a couple of little amuse-bouche here. So we've got a little kind of pistachio thing here and a goat's cheese tart with some onion marmalade on. So let's give them a little try, shall we? Just a little pistachio sablé kind of thing. Nice and crisp. Very tasty. Very tasty. Kind of like the cheesy thing with pistachio nuts in. Like I say, this is a goat's cheese tart here. Just a little slither of one, with a little bit of the onion marmalade on the top there. A little bit of sort of micro herb there too. Nice little snap to that base. Again, nice cheese flavour there. That's good actually. Goat's cheese is not normally one of my favourite things. It's quite a mild, subtle goat's cheese flavour. And that onion marmalade on the top, it's got a sharpness, it's got a sweetness. That's really, really rather tasty. Oh yeah. If everything I order tonight is as good as this, I'm going to be a happy boy. Order taken. Gone for the egg mayonnaise as a starter. That's going to have nice little elements along with it, like the cornichon, anchovies, olives, that sort of thing, to really boost that flavour. And I did go for the duck. Sounds really interesting. Seville orange and port sauce. Yum, yum. I'm the first customer in here tonight. So at the moment, no one else around. But they have said they've got quite a lot of bookings going through the evening. So what we're going to do is sort of press on so we don't really disturb anyone else as they come in. It's a little bit sort of posh. And the last thing people want is a clown like me yapping on, isn't it? So we'll press on. We'll get through the food as quick as we can so we're not disturbing too many people. Right. Come back when the starters arrive. Right then folks, my starter has arrived. Didn't take long at all. Come in and have a closer look. Right then folks, quite a simple dish, but the aroma coming from it is really nice. It's those strong flavours you've got accompanying it. Little bits of black olive in there, sliced cornichon, whole anchovies on the top of there. I love anchovies, so that's really good. And a really nice looking homemade mayonnaise. To go along with that, we have some homemade granary bread and a little thing of butter here. No little lure pack in a plastic packet here, is there? So I'm really looking forward to this. So we'll put a little bit of this butter on to the bread. Give that a little try. Looks really nice bread, this. Obviously, like I say, made here on site. That's really, really tasty. Wow, so fresh. Lovely little crust on the outside of it, and those seeds also really, really, really crunchy. Delicious. So, this egg mayonnaise, I think we're just going to dive straight in and see how it goes. I'll try the mayonnaise first, actually. Oh, that's nice. Got a nice little whack of mustard in it. Got almost like a hollandaise kind of taste. Like almost, like a vinegary kind of bit to it. I like that. I really do like that. What we're going to do, we're going to get a little bit of everything and just go for it. So we've got cornichon, we've got olive, we've got anchovy, we've got the mayo and the egg, bit of white, bit of yolk. Get it all going on together, shall we? Here we go. Yummy. Wow.
Nice.
It's delicious. That is a riot of flavour. That really is. The anchovies, especially, are a really prominent flavour. Wowzers. Really, really tasty. The mayonnaise, nice and rich. Lovely little salty elements everywhere. Little pickly element from the cornichon. Really, really tasty. Like I say, not a complicated dish. And it is a bit of a 70s vibe. But just because something's kind of a classic dish doesn't mean it's a bad dish, does it? Yes, yes. Really, really happy with that. Well, doesn't this look appealing? We've got the beautiful duck here with a really nice crispy looking skin on there. Don't know if the mic can pick that up. And a sauce here that's got a beautiful sheen. Little bits of orange peel kind of shredded into there too. And a great smell to it. Two little sides over here. We've got these potatoes, which are in a nice chive butter. And here we have a little petit pois that are cooked. It looks like in a little bit of chicken stock with some spring onion and some lettuce. Very, very kind of classic French side dish, that, isn't it? I think what we'll do, we're actually going to try these sides before we get onto the main event, because I just want to sit and look at that some more, to be honest with you. It looks really, really good. So let's try one of these potatoes. These little pink fir potatoes, apparently. In fact, rather than getting it on the plate, we'll just chop a little bit in the bowl. Nicely cooked by the looks of it. Beautifully cooked in the middle. Skin on. And a really nice, strong potatoey flavour to it. Having that skin on really helps. The chives are quite delicate. Not overpowering, just adding a little oniony note to it. And plenty of butter. Plenty of butter. The other little side we got here, these peas with the lettuce and with the spring onion in there. Like I say, all just cooked off in a little bit of chicken stock. Looks good, doesn't it? Very nice. The little petit pois are beautifully sweet. The lettuce in there, nice and soft. The spring onion though is adding a little bit of crunch. And being in that chicken stock just adds another little layer of flavour to it. But that's beautiful. Nice little pepper in there too. Oh yeah. So let's have a little go at this duck. Now obviously this is cooked on the bone, so we're going to have a little bit of extra flavour in there from that, one would hope. Let's come around here. Nice sort of chunky meaty bit here. And we'll get some of that flesh off of there. Some of the skin. And we'll try that by itself before we add the sauce to it. It looks nicely cooked. The skin is so crisp, but the fat has been rendered down beautifully on there. Get it into this sauce. Now I'm expecting this to be quite a sweet sauce. We've got orange, we've got port in there, but maybe hopefully a little bit of sort of sharpness or sourness. There is an element of sourness because we've got the orange peel in there. Quite a nice combination though. The kind of fatty richness of the duck, sweetness, sourness. Oh yeah. And this is just falling apart. Goodness, that's delicious. Like I say, it is a hark back to the 70s again a little bit. The old duck à l'orange, which seemed to feature on a lot of restaurant menus back then, as I understand it. I'm not quite old enough to remember, he says. That's a really deep orangey flavour there. The pork itself isn't really giving much flavour, just adding a little bit of depth, a little bit of sweetness. Oh. This is yummy. Yummy, yummy. Like I say, classic French recipes that first appeared over here on restaurant menus. Wow, probably 40, 50 years ago. And I guess in a way kind of went out of fashion a bit. But when they're done well, they're worth having.
Sorry to interrupt, is there anything for you?
Beautiful, really, really tasty,
Lovely.
really
Have you got
tasty.
everything you need as well?
Yeah, I think I have, yeah,
Perfect,
really good.
enjoy.
Yeah, nice one, thank you. Nice here, I've mentioned the staff already. They're very, very attentive, coming over, checking everything is okay. Really professional service they're being offered here. Enjoying the whole experience personally. The food is good, the ambience is good, the service is good. I'm a happy boy. As I mentioned earlier on, really enjoying the flavours of this plate. The rich duck, the rich sauce with that sweetness and a little bit of sourness, and the sides are great. Only little minor criticism is some of the cookery on the duck. Now, because they've served this sort of like a duck leg with a little bit of extra meat on there, things kind of cook at little different temperatures, or quicker than other bits. So we've got a bit of the meat from the drumstick, which is quite sort of tough here, and a bit dry. But that's the only real bit that's wrong with it. The rest of it has been sort of nice and soft. Kind of come away from the bone very easily. And as I say, works nicely with the sauce. And again, because it's on the bone, it is tasty, but it's kind of messy to eat, and you can't really put the other sides on the plate, because obviously the sauce kind of gets spread around a little bit as you're moving these things around. And you don't necessarily want to put the peas and everything actually into that sauce. They're an accompaniment, aren't they? So I've been having to eat them out of the bowl rather than put them on the plate. Not a big deal, but, you know, just a minor little criticism, really. Right, so dessert menu has been delivered to my table. Let's take a little look through it, shall we? So there is a marmalade bread and butter pudding. Well, that might carry on the theme of the orange with the duck à l'orange I just had. A pear baked in marsala wine. I think they're kind of singing out to me a little bit, singing like a canary. The canary lemon sponge pudding with lemon curd sauce. Of course, Norwich City are known as the Canaries. That's the link there. One is a cheese option, a Norfolk White Lady with homemade oat biscuits. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to go with the lemon sponge pudding. I've got to say, this looks like a proper kind of old school pudding, doesn't it? A proper sponge pudding, covered there in the lemon curd, and with a nice custard, which again should be flavoured with that lemon curd. So we'll try that custard first, get the flavour of that. Really nice consistency to it. Really pronounced lemon flavour there. It's actually a cold sauce. I thought it might be a warm kind of custard, but it's a cold sauce. Custardy consistency, but with a real sharpness from that lemon curd. That's very, very tasty. So let's get the sponge itself. We'll dig into it. It's very light. I can tell that just by cutting into it. Very light sponge indeed. Let's bring it in so you can have a closer look here. There we go. Beautiful light sponge there. Now that's warm. I know that because I went to smell it and it was warm near my nose. Sponge puddings can be a little heavy, can't they? This one is not. This is light. You got almost a vanilla-y taste to it, like a vanilla sponge. The lemon curd over the top there as a glaze. And then the sharp lemon curd sauce alongside it. You've got cold and hot. You've got sweet and sharp. All just in what looks like a very simple looking pudding. That is real quality. I've got to say, I'm not much of a dessert man. And I've been eating quite a few desserts on the channel just to kind of show everyone what is available. Normally if I'm out eating with Mrs. Greeno or the family or whatever, I often don't have a dessert. If all the desserts were this good, I'd have one every time. So I've almost finished this dessert up now. The restaurant is filling up very, very nicely. And I've got to say, it's got a really nice ambience to it. There's a sort of light chatter of conversation around, a little bit of light piano music in the background. It just feels nice and relaxing. A lot of places you go to, when they get busy, they get kind of loud, almost raucous, you know. Not this place at all. Very, very relaxing vibe to it. Very nice way to finish the meal here. Got a nice coffee, some hot milk, nice touch, and a couple of little petit fours. Got a dark chocolate and raspberry, and a white chocolate with passion fruit and coconut. So I'm going to sit back, enjoy my coffee, eat the little chockies. Sorry kids, I'm not bringing these ones home for you. I don't think they'd make it back. But yeah, just going to relax for a little bit. We'll get the bill, and we'll talk about everything outside for a little bit. Enjoyed my time here, has to be said. So I've come outside now. Delia's just there behind me. Very enjoyable evening I had in there, to be honest with you. Very nice ambience, really great service. Really, really enjoyed chatting with and interacting with all the different servers that I came across through the evening. There are more than enough servers there to handle the amount of people that were sat in the restaurant. Everyone was looked after very well. So let's talk about the bill. The 3-course meal, £49.95 for that set menu, and there was a £6.50 supplement because I chose the duck. If I'd chosen one of the other options like the venison sausages, for example, or the pasta dish, there would have been no additional charge. £4.20 for the big bottle of sparkling water. I don't think that's excessive. I think that's fine. So in total, £60.65. No service charge on the bill. I did leave a £10 tip though, because I thought the service was really, really good, and I think they deserved it. The food itself, I've really enjoyed actually. That starter of the egg mayonnaise is kind of like a 70s throwback, isn't it? But the flavours that they imparted into there, into the mayonnaise, and with the addition of the anchovies and the olives and the little cornichons, just elevated everything. It was a really tasty, simple dish. The duck, the flavours of it were great. The skin on the duck was just like a really thin glass, almost like a sort of brulee topping. The only issue I had was some of the duck was a little bit dry, particularly on the drumstick kind of part. So that was a slight issue. The sauce was delicious. The accompaniments were really good too. And that dessert, I mean, it was like the poshest school dinner's pudding you've ever had, isn't it? Really, really excellent. So, I've got to come up with a score, haven't I? It can't be a perfect 5 because, like I say, the duck cookery I think was a little bit off. But it's a 4.5. Easy 4.5 out of 5. Really, really good. So it's Delia's at the Carrow Road Stadium here in Norwich. It's well worth a visit. Now, the colours of Norwich are yellow and green. So is it an amber light or is it a green light? I think they play in green when they play away from home sometimes. It's going to be a green light anyway. Definite green light from Greeno for this place. If you're in this part of the world, in Norwich, and you want a nice, elevated dinner, not crazy expensive, not cheap of course, but something a little step up from your average, this is the place. Great ambience, great staff, great food. Well worth it. Right, to finish up, I've come round to the front of the football stadium here. Get a little bit of football content in the video. But if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me, it does help the channel. And if you've enjoyed this video, why not have a little look through the vault and see what else you enjoy in there too. Why not consider subscribing too? You can click your little bell for notifications, that way YouTube will tell you when I upload new videos, and maybe you'll enjoy them too. Right, where am I off to next? I'm a long way from home, so I'm not just going to drive back tonight. Maybe I'll stop up and find something else to do not too far away. I will see you on the next one.